Good Saturday morning from Las Vegas, Nevada. I hope everybody is having a good time today. It has been an interesting week. Well, let's get right to it, right to the top of the story. Everyone's saying that Trump caved. He kowtowed to the Democrats. Well, maybe he did. And I'm not going to deny the fact that he did cave. However, I have been researching the particular bill that he signed to open the government. From everything that I found, and I'm still looking, from everything that I found, the only thing that was agreed upon on both sides was to get these people that are on furlough paid. That was it. The Democrats got nothing for what they wanted. Republicans got nothing for what they wanted. So, did he cave because of Pelosi and Schumer? Or did he cave because of the air traffic controllers calling in sick? Or did he just cave to get the people paid? There's many questions here. I personally believe a lot of people were looking at this as Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer hating Trump, and Trump just trying to get his wall built. I think it became more than that. As I sat down and started reviewing everything that's going on in the news, what's being written in the paper, what's being posted online, all the rhetoric that's being hooting and hollering, I really, honest to God, believe what came about was who loves American people the most? Who really cares about the American people? And it came to me because through this whole 35 days shutdown, Trump was trying to secure the borders. Whether you believe a 2,000-mile wall from sea to shining sea is right or wrong or immoral or whatever you want to consider it, or if you believe total open borders to let other countries run rampant over our country. Whatever your belief is, it comes down to the American people. Do you want our country to be America? Or do you want our country to be Venezuela? It is up to us. Trump has the power to do certain things. Nancy Pelosi has the power to do certain things. But really, what really came down to was who was going to hurt the American people the most during this shutdown. And I do believe that Trump took this into consideration, that he had to get these people paid. Now, I'll guarantee you, at least in my heart, he did not believe that it would go on so long. He did not believe that Nancy and Chuck were so cold-hearted and not caring about the American people that they would go on vacation instead of helping the American people. I really, honest to God, believe that he had the upper hand, that these people had some kind of a emotional attachment to the United States. He found out wrong. I really hate to admit that. Trump was wrong. He believed that there was some kind of a spirit or hope within our political system. And not just the Democrats, the Republicans too. He took that and signed that bill. He was alone. The Republicans didn't back him. The only people that have his back are the American people. We understand what he wants. We understand that he has our back. The question now stands, will you stand with the president? Because he's out there fighting for us. Granted, he didn't get what he wanted on this battle. But he is in there fighting for us. He has gotten really bloody on this one. And Nancy and Chuck have control of the little particular sandbox now. Which brings me to a new thought. I think what's going on and how he's going to get his wall built is Trump is playing in the wrong sandbox. Everybody knows that Congress and the Senate both houses, are corrupt to the max. There are good people in there. But the people that are controlling it have been in control for a very long time, and they will destroy their own sandbox for their own self-satisfaction. Trump does not need to close the government down on the 15th. I think what he should do is close the border. He can do this. He can just shut the border off. Boom. Nobody in, nobody out. Period. No commerce done, no nothing. He has the right to do that under national security, emergency. You got the caravans coming up through, and you have all those people waiting on the border. That's considered an invasion. Whether they have weapons or not, it is considered an invasion. And during an invasion time, close the door. Nobody in, nobody out. That will have a bigger impact on what goes on in the House and the Senate than anything else. Because if the American people are suffering because of a close down, and our representatives in Washington could care less about your suffering, they don't know. They went on vacation. That's where their suffering went to. They went on vacation. So, what it comes down to is if you're looking at us against them, chalk one up on the board for them. Okay. So, they have to win one or two. They are not going to stop there. They're going to ride this until Trump is out of office. I do personally believe he will be reelected in 2020. But that means he's going to have another 6 years of the abuse from the Democratic side and the Republican side too. There's a lot of Republicans that don't want Trump in charge. He's stirring the pot. It's not business as usual in our government. I mean, look what they're doing to Stone now. They raided his house in SWAT gear, just like they did Cohen. This is desperate measures for them. They want this man out of office so bad. And if they achieve it, this country will no longer exist. Trump is the only man standing between us and what is it? The New World Order, as they say. That's what they want. The governments want control of the American way. Everyone talks about socialism, AOC. How can they put this woman in charge of financial, her and Maxine Waters? Unbelievable. This woman couldn't even handle her own finances when she got into office. She even put out saying that she couldn't make it to get, like, the birthday party or whatever they call the freshman committee, because she didn't have any money. Well, she's making money now. Check her bank account. She has gotten cash dumped on her. That being said, that's perfectly fine. But Nancy Pelosi put Maxine Waters and how do you say her? Alexia Ocasio-Cortez. I can't even pronounce her name, which is fine. I'll call her AOC. Put these two in charge of finances in the United States? Are you kidding me? That's fine. That's fine. With the other people that are in the Democratic side, it's going to be a vicious 2 years until we get them out of office again. But how do you do that? You got to be persistent. We've got to stay behind our man, Donald Trump. He took his belts this time. There is no doubt about it. They were brutal on him. Ann Coulter, I have no idea what this woman is doing anymore. It's fine. She has her own point of view. But I thought she was a smart woman unless she was bought off. I don't know. That's my opinion. It's interesting how this is going to come about, because we have to back Donald Trump. He's the only one standing against these people in office. If Hillary would have won, we would have never seen the corruption that was there. You would not have the viability that our country has coming around. The stock market wouldn't have been the same. Even Obama said it. He goes, well, it'll never come above 2% GDP. Well, Trump made them all liars on that. And that's another thing. So, my suggestion is, President Trump, do not play in their sandbox. Their sandbox, as you are well aware, is full of shit. And to be playing in their sandbox is something that is going to be very difficult to do, because the people that were supposed to be behind you lied to you. The only people that are not lying to you is the American people. I don't care what the press says. Every time they do a poll out there, the poll says, most Americans. No, it doesn't. That poll says most Democrats. They always leave out that section of their polling. So the next time you listen to a poll, look at the numbers that they're doing for the poll. They poll 1,000 people, and out of those 1,000 people, 40% says this. So that's the nation. Just to let you know, that's how Nielsen does its ratings too, or they used to. Let's see what else we got going on. Let the Dems take their winning lap. They deserved it. Yes. Democrats won. Thing that, as I'm repeating, the things that they're not mentioning is the Democrats didn't get anything in this signed bill. Everybody agreed just to pay the workers. So what I'm suggesting to Mr. Trump, our president, is to close the border. Don't close the government. Don't play that game anymore, because you're not. These CRs, continuing resolutions, they are not doing anything. They haven't created a budget. In the 8 years Obama was in office, they never had a budget, ever. So, a couple of things they can do. They should pass a bill, this is my thoughts, they should pass a bill that anyone that decides to shut down the government, whether it be the Republicans, the Democrats, the president, whomever, the first people that get nothing are our representatives. They do not get paid. They do not get any of their health care. They don't get anything. The government is shut down. They are not allowed to go on vacation. If they go on vacation, then they should be punished for it and not allowed to use taxpayer money to go on vacation. This has become very serious. These are our representatives. These are the people that go to Washington to tell and make laws that we can live by. They are not elected to go to Washington to make laws to control you. That's what they're doing. They want to control your life. A little tidbit of information people don't realize. When the illegals come across the border, they use the stipulation that they pay taxes when they work. They're using fake Social Security numbers, stolen IDs, this kind of stuff to get the job. Yes, that happens. But what people are not reporting is they have a job, out of their paycheck is taxes deducted. Filing at the end of the year, when you put forth your taxes to get your refund, these people do not file. And the reason why is because that's when the Social Security number gets confirmed. If they stole your Social Security number and you file and yours is one of them, all of a sudden a second number comes through of the filing. So then there's a conflict. But if they do not file or attempt to get their money back, the government gets that money. So think about this. They estimate 20 million illegal aliens working in the United States. Let's just say that number is correct. If you get a $5,000 tax return, okay, that's, I'm just going off the cuff there. What's 20 million times 5,000? Is that like 5 billion? Something like that? Money that goes into the government to be used any way they can. simply because these people are not wanting to get their refund at the end of the year. That's money in our congressional pockets. That's money that your representatives are taking and using for their trips to wherever they go to. These are just little facts that that need to be brought out. It's become amazing what's happening now. So I know I'm getting a little long in the tooth here, so I'm going to cut it short. But think about it. We have to stand behind our president. He took his licks this time. He really did. I mean, unbelievable did he get beat up. And none of our representatives in the House or the Senate stood behind him or even beside him. The only thing that Trump is he's trying to take care of the American people, the citizens of the United States, people that want to live here and be prosperous. We have to stand behind this man. We've got to. The fight's going to come again in the 15th. And to be honest with you, after this little showdown they had, you won't do anything against Nancy or Chucky Baby. They will just be so high and mighty, saying they got him last time, so you can't use the American people, because they will destroy the American people just so they can do their victory dance. Be very wary of it. The 15th is going to show. Mr. President, if you're listening or watching, play in a different sandbox. Close the borders. You can do the emergency wall build thing if you want to, but I personally think if you close the borders, that will get your wall faster than anything else. And that's not going to hurt any Americans, but it definitely will hurt the Democrats, because their constituencies need them coming across the border. Got to play a new tactic. Please give me your point of view on that. If you want to check out some of the other posts, go to radiorussell.net. That's my website, has all the postings that I've done. Catch me on Twitter at Writer7877 and tweet me some tweets. I'm getting pretty beat up on Twitter lately, but that's okay. I'm loving it. So anyway, take care. Happy Saturday, and keep fighting. Stick behind our president. Bye-bye.